Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. Please consider subscribing and click that bell notification to get all of my newest videos. Okay, so today I am making Ensalada de Pollo, also known as a Mexican style chicken salad. So what I'm doing here is liberally seasoning a pound to a pound and a half of chicken breast. This is right over a pound, and the rub that I use for the chicken breast, I will put the link below this video if you want to know what I used. It's Chupacabra rub. Okay, so I have my seasoned chicken breast, and you'll notice the thinner part of the chicken breast, it'll probably dry out before the thick part is done cooking. So I'm going to sort of overlap it to sort of protect it and allow it to cook a little more evenly without having to pound it out. That's my little lazy trick there. So into the oven, I will be baking this at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes or until the internal temperature of the thickest part of the chicken breast reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit. So my chicken is baked. I am going to cover it and let it rest for somewhere between 15 to 20 minutes. Basically, it's going to rest and sort of cool down so I can handle it. In the meantime, I'm going to work on cooking my potato. So when making ensalada de pollo, as I knew it, we would add a can of mixed vegetables that included potato. Today, I'm going to work on a more fresh variety of that. So I am going to peel my medium-sized potato. As you saw earlier, it's about the size of my palm. I did not weigh this out, you guys. This recipe is very forgiving if you want to change the ratio of these ingredients. So I'm going to continue peeling this potato, and yes, I'm using a knife because again, I just find it convenient, but you can use a peeler and save more potato that way. So once I'm done peeling this potato, I am going to dice it as evenly as I can into a small dice. And as I do that, I'm going to place it in the water so it doesn't oxidize, and it'll also help rinse off some of that starch. My ultimate goal for this potato is to have potato chunks in the salad that aren't overly mushy and hold their shape. So one thing I like to do, again, is rinse it off in cold water to get some of that starch off. And you could also just replace this russet potato that I'm using with a more waxier potato, like a peeled red potato or a golden Yukon. So I'm going to finish chopping up my potato, and I'm going to give it a really good mix and rinse in cold water. I'm going to drain out this starchy liquid and just rinse it again in this colander. Then I'm going to place it in cold water and start to cook these potatoes. Now, what I like to do when making potatoes for things like potato salad or chicken salad, I have learned that adding vinegar to the boiling liquid and salt will help create or toughen the skin around the peeled potato so it stays more uniform and together and doesn't turn to mush. Now, I'm also going to add, like I said, salt, just a teaspoon or so, and 1 fresh clove of garlic to add flavor. I'm going to bring the water up to a boil. I'm going to cover it with a lid, and I'm going to allow the potatoes to cook for about 10 minutes, but you'll want to watch it. Basically, you're cooking these until knife tender, not fork, but knife, because if you cook it till fork tender, it'll definitely fall apart and be too mushy. Okay, so my potatoes are done, but before I dump out all of this boiling liquid, I'm going to add 1 cup of frozen peas and carrots. Again, I'm just trying to mimic that mixed vegetable can that we used in chicken salad growing up. So I'm adding 1 cup of frozen peas and carrots. You can add more. Actually, this is 1 cup, but I did end up adding more peas to it because I do like peas in this. So the ratio of a lot of these ingredients, it's up to you and up to your preference. Now that those have sat in the hot boiling liquid for a couple of seconds just to get the chill off the frozen peas and carrots, they're sort of blanched at this point, I'm going to just drain all of this out. And after draining this out, you'll want to work with room temperature or cooled ingredients because this is a cold chicken salad. So make sure before mixing it in, everything is cooled. So now I'm going to put together this chicken salad. My chicken is cool enough to handle, so I'm going to just slice it up and chop it. By the way, when doing a chicken salad, you can use canned chicken breast. You can use rotisserie from the grocery store. You can boil your chicken, or you can bake it like I did. Again, I used a little over a pound of chicken breast If you like dark meat, go with dark meat. Again, it's your chicken salad. Okay, so into my mixing bowl, I'm adding all of my chopped chicken. And before I start mixing everything, I'm going to work on the actual creamy part of this chicken salad. In a separate bowl, I am going to mix a half cup of good mayonnaise. And the next ingredient, you can definitely substitute with maybe sour cream or even some creme fraiche, but I'm going to use Mexican table cream. I love to use this in my cooking and baking. I always have it. But again, if you cannot find it where you are at or in your local grocery store, sour cream works. And I'm using a half cup as well. It's equal parts mayo and cream. To that, I will be adding 1 chopped stalk of scallions, the whites and the green. I'm going to add pepper and salt to taste. You could also use a seasoning salt of your choice, but I'm going to go with just pepper and salt. And I'm going to use the juice of this medium-sized lime. Basically, you'll want to use something like 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lime juice. And that is it. This creamy sauce is so fresh and bright and tangy, and it goes so well in this chicken salad. It's really my favorite. And if you don't want to use green onion, you could also use just regular minced onion. Okay, so my mayo cream sauce is pretty much done. Now I'm going to start putting together this delicious Mexican-style chicken salad. Okay, so my chicken salad is done, and I want to show you a couple of ways that I like to serve it. So, growing up we used to eat it with saltine crackers, but then sometimes we'd make tostadas. So here I'm serving it on a bed of lettuce, a couple of scoops of the chicken salad, and I will put saltine crackers on the side. And I didn't do this on camera, but one of my favorite ways to eat this is with pickled jalapenos and carrots on the side. But this is it. It's so delicious. It's fresh, it's rich, it's hearty. And here is the tostada version. I'm just doing chicken salad on tostadas, and I like to hit it with a little bit of Louisiana hot sauce. That's how I did it growing up. But you definitely can garnish it and add anything to this. Shredded lettuce, salsa, it's up to you. I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching!